Hello everybody, welcome to the new core content lecture. This one is the fourth edition in the Chronos mini-series. So, getting started with the contents. Firstly, we will be talking about trading Thursday, and then we will also be talking about Thursday's function. So, getting started with trading Thursday. So once Wednesday closes out, more weeks than not, you'll know if the high or low of the week is in. Understanding this lets you trade Thursday towards the second half's anticipated pivot point of the week. So essentially, for trading Thursday, you are targeting a new high or low of the week, depending on what happened within the first half. So let's say there is a bullish time to reversal in the beginning half of the week. Once Wednesday closes out and you expect that time to reversal to remain the low of the week, you're then for Thursday going to target whatever is the current high of the week to create a new high of the week in Thursday, right? And vice versa for if it were the other way around. So now looking at a chart example. So let's say we were looking at a daily time frame chart, right? And this is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Like what was mentioned, if we have a bullish time to reversal or a multi-stage crack in correlation at the beginning of the week, which constitutes Tuesday being the low of the week, seeing Wednesday trade higher and continue Tuesday's momentum, we would also expect Thursday to take out Wednesday's high to print a new high of the week, right? And then it would be the same thing for the other way around. So let's say there was a bearish timed true reversal right at the beginning of the week. So multi-stage cracking correlation between Monday and Tuesday. Since we expect the high of the week to remain intact, then for Thursday, we would expect price to, take out Wednesday's low if these were daily candles and continue the weekly momentum, allowing for the low of the week to print within the second half. So when it comes to trading the morning session for Thursday, profiles are extremely powerful. If early on into Thursday, so Asia session and London session, and price has already created a new high or low of the week in the second half, expect the retracement profile in the morning. If price has yet to create the new high or low of the week, expect the expansion profile. So what would that look like? Well, let's say we're coming into the morning session, right? And within the morning, before 9:30 or before a high impact news event, price is sitting just below the current week's high, right? For a bullish scenario. If it were a bearish scenario, it would just be the current week's low, right? Since we're expecting a new higher low of the week to occur. Since price is below the current week's high and there is both the high and low of the week within the first half, we would expect Thursday to create that new high of the week, right? And we can utilize time alignment as well as working TPDs to, frame a cracking correlation around price supporting higher, right? So let's say it could be either a 90-minute cycle, a daily cycle, 4-hour TPD, 1-hour TPD, right? Any of those things that hint to us an expansion is about to occur towards our draw on liquidity, which would be framing a new high or low of the week. And that is if price has yet to create that new high or low of week. But let's flip the script a little bit. Let's say early on into the day, being Asia or London session, price already created a new high or low of the week, right? And coming into the morning session, well, then what would we expect? Well, since price has already overexpanded, right, this is where we could likely see the retracement profile being, let's say, a bearish 90-minute or daily cycle sequential SMT occurs, then we would expect price to fall back within the range, being the retracement profile. All right, so very straightforward. If price has already expanded and traded through the current higher low of the week, we would expect the retracement profile. If price has yet to create that new higher low of the week, then we would expect the expansion profile. So now we will get into the function of Thursday. So Thursday is one trading day out of the week where it doesn't have a strong function. The probabilities of Thursday reversing the weekly range compared to continuing the weekly range are near even. Now, what does this mean? Well, I'm sure you've heard people say in the past, Thursday reverses the weekly range. But if you go back into the chart and you actually verify this yourself, you'll see it's about even, whether or not Thursday continues the weekly range or if Thursday reverses the weekly range. So how would you navigate that? Well, an easy way to trade Thursday, right, is what I just mentioned. But for knowing if it is reversing the weekly range, you can identify a weekly cycle sequential SMT between Wednesday and Thursday, or just a multi-stage Kraken correlation within the morning of Thursday that could signal a reversal for the week, right? But if none of those things come about, then you would just expect Thursday to continue in the direction of the weekly range. So in short, look out for Kraken correlations that could be in support of an intra-week reversal. But if it doesn't come about, then don't expect, Thursday, just because it's Thursday, to reverse everything. So with that being said, I'll speak with you all again soon. Good luck and good trading.